Guys, if you ever heard somebody say, oh look, I have my car parked up in the driveway and I just received a software update making my car go even faster, you knew they were talking about EV. Over-the-air update could give a Tesla an acceleration boost overnight, like literally. And so it was a killer feature for EVs that they use as a secret weapon that made gas cars just feel obsolete or ancient by comparison. Well, it seems to me, guys, that era is now over and the game has changed, bro. The EVs ain't doing like they ain't running over gas cars like that no more. Cause now legacy automakers is now officially rolling out warranty safe performance upgrades to their combustion engines. And so they're doing so through a software update in the same manner of which EVs are doing it. So now your Mustang, your Porsche, 911 cannot download more horsepower, transmission tuning, all kinds of different things that's tied to the ECU, guys, using the exact same technique that made EVs feel so dominant, in my opinion, over the years. And so now the difference between silicone and gasoline has never been blurrier. For years, guys, Tesla was undisputed king of this. I mean, you can literally wake up and see a notification on your car dashboard that you have a new game, a new battery strategy that will give you extra range, more like a strategy that gives you more 10 in a 0 to 60 quarter mile. We saw that happen when Tesla owners got the speed update after the Dodge launch and said they were the fastest car 0 to 60, and Tesla was like, hold up, no you're not. Here's an update, we're the fastest car 0 to 60. Guys, this was a revolution and it completely shattered the old rule that when you bought a car, you got the best version of that car. And then essentially it just diminished from there because the laws of thermodynamics can't be defeated. But the idea with EV, that the biggest selling point was that our objects, or the EV objects, are dynamic and ever-changing. They're literally evolving platforms, guys. So the ability to make the car better while you slept was basically the biggest benefit to some EV owners, but for some people, it was basically computers on wheels. And the motors was controlled by software, making them incredibly easy to tweak and unleash more power and totally change the way the car feels. Guys, it's a huge selling point, a clear advantage that made traditional cars feel stuck in the past. In my opinion, if you wanted the latest and greatest, you had to buy a whole new car. Whereas your EV neighbor, all he had to do to get the latest and greatest was accept the new update, just say yes. You know what I mean? It was an incredibly powerful idea, and to me, it still is. So, if you didn't have an EV, how did you make your car go faster? Well, for generation, guys, the answer was always the same. You had to get your hands dirty or somebody's hands dirty, and because performance was mechanical. I mean, it was about hardware. It meant moving more air, more fuel, and sometimes dealing with heating because now you have more heat. And so you'll bolt on new parts to your cars. Everybody knows bigger turbo or supercharger, high flow exhaust, different camshaft, beefier fuel injectors. Guys, it was a world of wrenches, grease, and going on your dyno to try to get bigger numbers on your sheet, right? And at the center of all of that, guys, was the dark art of ECU tuning. The engine control unit, guys, is the brain of the car. It's just a small box dictating the perfect dance between air and fuel and spark. So to get more power, tuners will have to plug up a laptop to your car and rewrite the software. And it pretty much, they were just adjusting fuel maps and boost pressure. But guys, it was super risky. It required a specialist. Like I said, some people did master the art, don't get me wrong. But it required a specialist, and in almost every case, it instantly voided your warranty because somehow, well, not somehow, they always seem to know when it's done. And now some tunes you could, it's warranty safe where you could put back the factory tune when you take it in. But if something broke, guys, for the most part, you was on your own. And for most drivers, that risk just was not worth it. But that entire world is being turned upside down. Legacy automakers that spent centuries mastering and perfecting combustion, they starting to build their gas cars just like they do EVs. And so they sat back and watched the software first playbook and had a huge epiphany or a huge realization. Guys, we can do that too. Here's a secret. The hardware for more power is often already in your car straight from the factory. The engine, the turbo, the drivetrain. Guys, all these parts are built with extra capabilities, with a performance buffer engineered right in the car. So in the past, this was just for a long, like a Toyota would do that. They would over-engineer their car and just be conservative with how they tune it. And this is used to make the cars last longer. You have some cars going over 1 million miles. But now it's a business model. Automakers are deliberately locking extra performance behind a software paywall, guys. And for a fee, they'll send you a digital key, or like a code or something. And you're talking about an official manufacturer-backed free horsepower that you can just download to your car. So it's not no sketchy aftermarket scene thing, guys. It's a first-party feature delivered over the air or sometimes at a dealership, just like an update to your phone. Guys, this isn't I'm not joking. This is not no theory or something I'm coming up in my head, guys. This is happening today. The most dramatic proof comes from the battle of the 0 to 100 back to zero. I made a video about it, well, my brother made a video about it with the Rimac beating Koenigsegg, and then Koenigsegg, I made a video saying Koenigsegg came back and just took that record by just doing an update. I think it's called Absolute Overdrive. Guys, this update tweaked the engine management and the transmission control, proving that combustion car could literally download the update and take the record, and become a record holder just because of an update. And so you might be thinking, okay, so this is just a multi-million-dollar exotic perk. Why am I talking about this? No, guys, Toyota just announced that owners of the 2023 GR Corolla is now getting like a 22 horsepower bump, or is it torque bump? Bringing the 2023 in line with the 2025 cars, guys, and they're doing so with just a performance update over download. Guys, like they literally close the gap between the two cars with nothing but a download or a code, a little number key you could put into the car. Ford Performance, for example, have been offering official calibration for their models like the Mustang and the Bronco through its dealer network for years. They've been doing this. It's not new. Those tunes are usually optimizing engine performance and keep everything 50 state legal. And so in many cases, it maintains a warranty and honestly just give you free horsepower just for getting the key. And Porsche established a framework called Function on Demand. And it's proven that the car's ability isn't just set in stone. That's what that whole program is about. Mercedes offering up to 80 horsepower to their EVs. They just announced that they'll also be doing the same thing for all of their cars, not just EVs. So whether it's an electric motor or twin turbo V8, guys, the future of performance is just one download away. So, why is this happening right now, you might ask? The answer is quite simple, guys. Money and competition. First, let's talk about the money. Guys, the car industry is a business model and it's going through a massive shakedown. For about 100 years, they sold you a car and that was it. Software changes everything about this, guys. By locking performance behind a paywall, you essentially have revenue that they can tap into for years to come. It's essentially DLC, guys, in your garage. It's a garage DLC. Can you imagine? If you're a gamer, you'll understand the love and hate relationship of DLC. But why sell a car once, guys? I mean, video games been doing it for years. You see how that works out with them. They can sell you performance and features, honestly. They can sell you performance and features and keep you upgrading for years to come. And honestly, it's a potential gold mine, guys. Porsche recently shifted the thing talk about function on demand. I think it's a one-time payment instead of a subscription, showing that it's still finding its feet. But one thing is for certain, the core idea of selling features after the purchase is here to stay. And second, just as critical as money is competition. Guys, legacy automakers are in a brutal fight against these new EV startups. I mean, for years, the talking point for EVs is how futuristic they are, tech advantages, how smart the features are. Well, by offering these kind of updates, you could at least neutralize, at least for gas cars, you could neutralize that part of the argument because it makes a car feel just as modern and just as dynamic, just as evolutionary, honestly, as the electric rivals. So, in my opinion, it's a smart defensive move. I cannot knock gas cars and legacy automakers for making this move. So, because it becomes less about, do I give up tech to get gas? It's more about what kind of engine you prefer. This all sounds amazing, right, guys? But let's be real. In the long term, right, can gas cars truly match the evolution of EVs? Probably not. Probably not, guys. Not gonna lie. While downloadable horsepower for your engine is a fantastic trick, guys, it has fundamental limitations. Pretty much you're dealing with hardware like piston and complex mechanical systems like turbos and transmission. That's all they're gonna be doing is pushing those things closer to the edge, right? I mean, the reason I say probably not, I believe manufacturers should still be looking after their reliability reputation. Like, I would hate to see Toyota sacrifice reliability, chasing the ability to make the car feel better than its former self and evolve. Hopefully some reliability still be being built into these techniques. Electric vehicles, however, they built different, guys. The drivetrains are far more simple. Performance is just a direct result of the software. It's like the software is telling the electric batteries to discharge more energy. And in many ways, it gives it a higher ceiling for improvement over its former self, right? A software tweak can literally have a more profound impact on everything from raw power to how the car feels, even how the car manages heat. So think of it this way, for a gas car, let's compare a gas car to teaching a world-class athlete how to run a new technique that will give him more speed, attempts here and there. But for an EV, the software updates literally rewriting like physics essentially for the athlete. So the potential for transformation is on a whole nother level. But I mean, it depends. I mean, like usually you see EVs, they come out pretty close to max out efficiency as possible, because I mean, guys, they already tapped out. You know, you don't want to bring out a car that is not tapped out. It's hard to say, guys. While this trend does make gas engine more exciting, however, the deep architectural advantage, I believe, still belong to the electric vehicle when it comes to software updates. So, the line between gasoline and electricity, guys, has officially been blurred. Bus isn't just about turning a wrench and grease. Whether it runs on electrons or explosions, your next car is probably most likely going to be a working platform, guys, that will transform as you own it over time. And to me, that's just a huge win for car lovers. It means more features, more power, and just a different way of enjoying your car over time. However, that does bring another side to the debate. However, the ownership or the value, what are you willing to pay for? Guys, are you willing to pay for more horsepower? Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Are you willing to subscribe to more horsepower? Guys, you should subscribe to this channel, but let me know in the comment section below, would you subscribe to more horsepower? And while you're there, guys, ring that notification bell if you want more content like this. Thank you.